So the big story today, polling for phase 3 has concluded, but the political showdown continues over Ram Mandir. Samajwadi Party leader Ram Gopal Yadav has stoked a massive controversy after he called the temple bekaar, which means useless. Escalating the attack on the BJP further, the Samajwadi Party leader, and he's a multi-term member of parliament, he went on to say that the temple is not built right because the design is not built as per Vaastu. And this is on the day that some of the Yadav belt seats, including the traditional Mulayam Singh Yadav stronghold seat of Mempuri, voted. Dimple Yadav is the contestant there. Taking this a step further, former Congress leader, somebody who's now been expelled from the Congress party, Acharya Pramod Krishnam, has claimed, and this is an explosive claim, that Rahul Gandhi had planned to overturn the Ram Mandir Supreme Court verdict, much like Rajiv Gandhi overturned the Shah Banu decision back in the 1980s. These remarks are only giving the BJP further ammunition to attack the India bloc. The BJP has accused the India alliance of playing with the sentiments of the majority community, playing with people's faith for vote bank politics. But the big question is, will Ram Mandir and politics around it actually garner votes and influence the voter in the Lok Sabha election?
वो मंदिर तो बेकार का है। मंदिर ऐसे नहीं बनते। पुराने मंदिर देख लीजिए कैसे बनते, दक्षिण से लेकर उत्तर तक। इन्होंने नहीं दिया था, नक्शा ठीक नहीं बना उसका, वास्तु के लिहाज से ठीक नहीं बनाया गया मंदिर।
जब राम मंदिर का फैसला आया, उसके बाद राहुल गांधी जी ने पर यह बात कही थी कि अगर हमारी सरकार बनती है तो हम सुपर पावर कमीशन बना करके राम मंदिर के फैसले को पलट देंगे।
ये लोग पिछले 2 साल से एक बड़ी साजिश में जुटे हैं। ये जो कांग्रेस से निकल के आए बोले, मैं इन्हीं की बात बता रहा हूं जी।
ये लोग तो हमेशा से अयोध्या में से राम मंदिर का विरोध करते रहे हैं।
All right, let's open this up to our guest panel that's joining us tonight. Siddharth Yadav is spokesperson of the BJP. Tehseen Poonawalla is a political analyst. Atikur Rahman, Islamic scholar, is also joining us tonight. And Ratan Sharda, author and RSS researcher, is joining us. Tehseen Poonawalla, let me start with you first. Let's start with the Ram Gopal Yadav comment. And by the way, he's no greenhorn. He's not some novice in politics. He's a 5-term MP. He says the Ram Mandir is useless. Bekaar is the word that he used. Ram Mandir structure is not right. Ram Mandir was not made as per Vaastu. I didn't know that Lohia followers, believed in Vaastu and so on. The point, Tehseen, is why would such a veteran make such a comment, and that too at a time when the Yadav belt was voting today in Uttar Pradesh? It makes no sense. I mean, this is why the BJP is saying India alliance is hell-bent on insulting Hindus and insulting the majority community of this country.
So, Zaka, thank you. Good evening for having me on the show. Good evening to all your viewers. And I concede to the point. I'm astounded by what he said, because he's, like you said, he's not a veteran, and you're in the middle of an elections. This is the biggest issue in Uttar Pradesh, or at least the BJP is trying to project it as. And why should elections be fought on Mandir Masjid? That's what the BJP wants. If you fight on the BJP's pitch, there's only going to be one winner, that is the BJP. The jobs of the issues of India is the kids of Ram don't have jobs, don't have employment, and inflation is terrible, and the BJP is manipulating inflation and GDP data. Those are the issues of the country, not these. I don't know why leaders and senior leaders continue to make those statements. It leaves me astounded. I don't know how to defend it, because quite frankly, it's not warranted. Then to attack anchors and say, look, why are anchors taking it up? We are making those statements. So it's not warranted, those statements. But to the second part of your question about Pramod Acharya, I can say this for a fact, right? I've been involved in the manifesto. I've told you this a number of times. There is no such proposal. I understand Pramod Acharya is upset. He's a very dear friend of mine. At one time, he was mentoring me. I understand he's upset. But to come on national TV and say anything without any substantial evidence, and for somebody like you, Zaka, who I have a lot of respect for, to give him importance. Again, he's somebody I really adore. But for him to come, what is the evidence? Where did Rahul Gandhi say this? How is it done? You come up and you make any statement against Rahul Gandhi, that's unfair. Suppose I say, Zaka, let's assume, suppose I say, look, Prime Minister Modi said, after I win the elections, I will do something that is, I will summon Joe Biden. I mean, you will tell me, where is the evidence? You know the Prime Minister doesn't speak like this. How can somebody just come? He says he's not part of the meeting. It didn't happen in front of him. He heard something. How does hearsay become national debate?
Okay, I concede on that point.
Obviously working to the BJP.
Just because Pramod Acharya said it doesn't mean it's the gospel truth. None of us were part of that meeting. But I'm asking a very simple question, Tehseen. Let's say what Mr. Pramod Acharya is saying is completely patently false, right? Where is the Congress Party's communications department? Why have they not come out and tweeted and taken him to the cleaners saying he's a liar? I mean, by now they should be having a defamation suit against him because he's defamed no less than Rahul Gandhi.
They should. I agree with you. But that communications department of the Congress is a disaster. That's why I'm on your show. They are a disaster. Tell me, since September when they had that highest meeting where they decided to boycott some anchors, what have they done? They've done nothing. Tell me one day they've set the agenda. Every day BJP is setting the agenda. That's a problem with the Congress. See, the people actually want to change. If you go on the ground, people are fed up with this government. There is so much of anger, angst. This government is not getting a majority. But it is not the opposition that is winning. It's the people of India. They're fed up with this government.
Okay.
But the opposition just doesn't want to catch it.
Siddharth Yadav, आप लोग you राम का मुद्दा उठाते हैं. Prime Minister says मुसलमानों को दे देंगे कोटा, घुसपैठियों को दे देंगे. You are fighting on Hindu-Musalman pitch. Tehseen Poonawalla says you should be running on your record. आपने 10 साल you are in power. आप बताइए ना कितने नौकरियां आपने दिलवाई हैं. How much income of people you have increased. इसके बजाय every Tom, Dick and Harry opposition में जो राम के बारे में बोलते हैं या मुस्लिम कोटा के बारे में बोलते हैं, you make this the big issue. Siddharth Yadav.
Zaka, thank you for having me on your show. First of all, Tehseen was saying that it's very difficult for him to defend this. Tehseen, not everything has to be defended. If something wrong has been said by someone, you should come out openly and condemn it. Why is this courage lacking in the entire India alliance that whenever someone comes out and says something to the Sanatan Dharma, something to the Ram Mandir, nobody has the courage to condemn it? Why not? Saka, you're asking why are we bringing the elections on this? Why are we not taking the issues that we have worked for? We are not bringing the election on this. This is their agenda. You must understand this. We are not saying this. They said, if Ram Gopal Yadav is coming out and saying that the Ram Mandir is bakwas, it's not according to Vaastu, he's sending a message. He's sending a message to the vote bank that he's trying to tap on. He's sending a message to the people that he's seeking votes from. What is the constraint of the Congress Party that if they have to launch a manifesto, they have to come out and say that they'll appoint the judges in this country based on religion? What is the constraint on them that they have to come out and say that scholarships, education loans in this country will be based on religion, not on needs? Why is that? Because the entire vote bank politics has to happen. If we call them out, if we come out and say that they are doing so and so, you're telling us that we are shifting the goalpost. We are not.
No, but
we are the ones who have created a new set of beneficiaries in this country.
This Acharya Pramod Krishnam has been expelled from the Congress Party. Everybody knows he has an axe to grind with the Congress Party. Neither was he there in this meeting, nor has anybody corroborated and said, हाँ, Rahul Gandhi ने ऐसे बोला है, मैंने सुना है. So why are you giving so much importance to somebody who has an axe to grind with the Congress Party? And again, no one is coming and saying कि हाँ, जो ये कह रहे हैं वो सच कह रहे हैं.
For two reasons, Zaka. क्योंकि कोई भी आके ये भी नहीं कह रहा कि ये गलत कह रहे हैं. Rahul Gandhi is not refuting. उन्होंने तो नहीं कहा. चलिए उनको छोड़ दीजिए. It's a statement that he has made. Number two, we have seen the statements of Radhika Keda. Everybody who comes out of Congress Party gives the same reason. Everybody is saying that when they were part of the Congress Party, the party leadership ensured that they have to abuse the Sanatan Dharma, that they have to stand on the other side of this thing, and then only they'll be promoted or they'll be allowed to be in the party. Otherwise, they're going to be subject to treatment that nobody wants to be.
So let Tehseen respond to that before I go to
why should we not call it out?
So, Tehseen, on Radhika Khera also, she was a Congress spokesperson. She was, coming on television channels up until recently, a few months ago. And she says the moment she went to Ram Mandir, from that day onwards, the Congress people started ostracizing her. They were treating her like some outcast. And that's why she had no choice but to leave the Congress and join the BJP.
Everyone who went to Ram Mandir, everyone who went, I don't know if she's gone or no, everyone who went got a ticket. All those, Dipinder se leke, jinko ticket diya sare Ram Mandir gaye. So how is that possible?
No, this is what she's claiming. She's claiming the day I went to Ram Mandir, after that, I started being ostracized by the Congress party.
Correct. But everyone who leaves says this only. And the fact of the matter is that they have an axe to grind. I've gone to the Ram Mandir. I've made the manifesto. Now in the manifesto, my friend Siddharth, now just 1 second, please. My manifesto, my friend Siddharth says, we are talking about minorities getting loans. No, I've made it. What I've written is equal opportunities for everybody, and minorities has been defined as linguistic and sexual minorities. Ask them what their position on sexual minorities to get equal opportunity to grow. That's the verbatim I put it. How is it? Second thing. Now they're talking, so we put out linguistic sexual minorities. Now, second thing, that the Prime Minister speaks about Guspetias. Let's ask basic questions. 10 years, who's Prime Minister? How there Guspetias in this country? Third, he talks about Muslims getting caste. This is the Prime Minister verbatim. Now, I'm quoting Gujarat from the official data. These are OBC caste exclusively Muslims in Gujarat, where Prime Minister was Chief Minister. Mehtar, Mainpuri, Bakhao, Bakhtiar, Chikki, Churair, Dafail, Jamadar, Dobis, Muslim Hindu, Dunya, Idrisi, Kasab, Madri. These are exclusive Muslims. There are 50. Only Muslim caste and OBC in Gujarat. Prime Minister, Chief Minister. That he was doing appeasement. So how can Prime Minister talk?
Okay, very quick response to that. I also have Atikur Rahman and Ratan Sharda ji to go to. So Siddharth, quick response.
Rebut me on these castes. Can you rebut me on these castes?
The problem with Tehseen is whenever you try to catch him spot on, he'll try to take the bypass. I'll catch you spot on, Tehseen. On page number 8, point number 7, you mentioned personal laws. Which linguistic minority has personal laws?
No, 1 second. We talk about loans.
On page number 24, point number 5, it's my turn. Please.
But you said
on
loans.
Page number 24, point number 5, you say minorities will be appointed as judges in the High Court and Supreme Court. What are you trying to fool? Whom are you trying to fool? You are explicitly writing everything in your manifesto, but on national television you have to build a narrative. On national television you have to do around with that. Second point, you were mentioning the castes that have been given reservation and under different states for OBC. That is not the problem. The problem is that in Karnataka you said that we will give a blanket reservation to everybody who is from that religious community. You said that anybody, Agada, Pichada, Garib, Amir, whosoever, but if born in a Muslim family will be allowed a 27% OBC Arakshan. Is that not snatching away the rights of SC, ST and OBCs? In Bengal you say out of 91, 85 castes in OBC
I'll be debating this whole Muslim quota business in the second part of the debate, and both Tehseen and Siddharth will be staying on with us because, yesterday I spoke to Revant Reddy, the Telangana Chief Minister. He's also emphasizing it's not for mazhab ke aadhar par nahi de rahe hain reservation. We are giving it on the basis of BCE. Anyway, that's the second debate. But Atikur Rahman and Ratan Sharda, let me come to you. Atikur Rahman, the problem is there is a series of politicians from the India Alliance who abuse the Hindu religion, and there doesn't seem to be any political consequence to it, right? Let me just give you 2 or 3 examples. Swami Prasad Maurya, who used to be with the Samajwadi Party, said Hinduism is not a religion, but it's a dhokha. Jitendra Awad, who's with the NCP, Lord Ram was a non-vegetarian. Priyank Kharge, who's a minister in the Karnataka government, he says Sanatan Dharm spreads division. This, of course, was in response to, of course, the most infamous one, which is Udayanidhi Stalin saying that Sanatan Dharm must be eradicated. It should be treated like dengue or cholera. Now, please tell me, Mr. Atikur Rahman, if the same kinds of statements were made against Islam or Christianity or Sikhism or any other religion for that matter, you think it would have been tolerated? If it's not tolerable for any of these other religions, why should it be tolerable for the Hindus of this country?
Thank you, Zakka. Zakka, so the political class is, becoming a liability on this nation. These, words regarding religion, you will not be hearing from the masses of India, the core people of India. So what we are doing since the last 1 month, in every Muslim gathering and on every Friday lecture, we are telling whoever a Muslim leader demands votes in the name of Babri Masjid or Ram Mandir or Islam or Sharia should not be voted by the Muslims. The Muslims have decided to vote only on grounds of education and employment and the restoration of the constitutional rights, the minority rights as ensured in the constitution. Now you tell me, is the same thing will be coming from the BJP side, that they will not be utilizing religion to seek votes? This is a rhetoric by the political parties. The community does not endorse it. Dhaka.
No, but Atiq Saab, on the other side of the political divide, India Alliance parties from Congress downwards are saying कि हम redistribution कर देंगे, जिसका 50% का आबादी है वो क्वेश्चन पेपर नहीं सेट कर रहा है, उनसे हम क्वेश्चन पेपर सेट करवाएंगे. So the other side is polarizing in the name of caste. But when BJP polarizes in the name of religion, that is a problem. I'm not saying one is right or the other is wrong. All I'm saying is, if the polarization game is being played in the name of caste by a set of parties, call that also out.
So, Zaka, who will take the first step back? The ruling party and the most important number 1 and number 2 position, Prime Minister and the Home Minister. Are they not utilizing religion and evoking their people in the election rallies in the name of religion? Who will take the first step back? I am naming all political parties as a liability on this nation. Because we as a community, and I speak on behalf of my community, we are going into the gatherings and in the Friday lecture. We are demanding that votes should be casted only on grounds of employment and education.
Okay.
Are we wrong?
Ratan Sharda, till 21st of April, after the first round of counting, election was going in, some would say low gear, low decibel. People were talking about what Modi government has done, what it has not done. Muddon ki baat chal rahi thi. After that, when the Prime Minister made the speech in Banswara, from there it was about Mangal Sutra, it was about Muslim quota, it was about all this surround sound, which are really, frankly, if you ask me, it's great for television studios, great for primetime debates. I don't think this is what people on the ground are talking about. I was in Hyderabad yesterday, I was in Bangalore 2 weeks ago, I was in Chennai before that. People are just, brushing all of this aside. They are saying, isme nahi dena vote. Vote hame dena hai muddon par. Has the country developed? Where is India's place in the world right now? Where is our national security right now? देश की तरक्की हो रही है, विकास हो रही है. This is what people are worried about. This is what people are voting for. They are not voting for Mangal Sutra and Muslim quota. So to that extent, BJP is at fault because they are the ones who started it, is the claim by the India Alliance. They are saying कि यहीं से शुरू हुआ.
Zaka, did BJP manifesto talk about caste and religious divisions? It did not. Which manifesto talk about it? Congress. Unfortunately, BJP leaders didn't pick up the issues like redistribution of wealth, etc., which they should have picked up at the first go. I was one of the earliest ones who wrote against it. And then when Modi ji puts up in the language that people understand, we have a problem. Now coming to the main issue, I am really surprised that why would anybody put one's foot on the X? I am fascinated by people who have an urge for self-destruct. Why would a person like this Yadav talk about useless Mandir hai? Does he know about Vaastu more than Sompura family? Sompura family, which has dedicated generations to building of temples, he knows more about it. See, his jealousy comes from the ground that they killed hundreds of Ram Bhakts and still the Mandir came up. Now, coming further of the Ram temple, see, frankly speaking, I never thought Ram Mandir would become such a huge issue which the opposition is taking a rank. And to my mind, Ram Mandir was set and finalized. People are no more, those who were fascinated by Ram Mandir had gone to their own parties. They said, Chaji, Ram Mandir ban gaya. Bitterness was gone. It was a feeling of very satisfaction.
Yeah.
There was euphoria gone. It was normal devotion that I saw there. I saw every time. People are too normal. Who raked up the issue? Opposition. So why would not BJP then take it up? Why should they keep on insulting Ram Mandir? Who stopped opposition from owning up Ram?
No, but
Why
tell
did
me,
they keep on covering up
Ratanji,
politics behind it?
I'm trying to
Yeah.
understand. I think somebody else also made this point earlier on. Ki Ram Gopal Yadav is not somebody who started in politics yesterday or day before. He has been in politics for as long as Mulayam Singh Yadav was in politics. He's been in politics for the last 40 years plus. Why would he make such a statement, and that too on the day that Mempuri is voting, that Badaयूं is voting?
So-called Lohias have forgotten Lohia. Lohia had huge respect for Ram. He called him Rashtrapurush. He started Ram Leelas. He started Ram Kathas. That is the background of Lohiites. Unfortunately, these Lohias have lost everything but caste system. That's all they know about. Now, also, if I talk about, Acharya Pramod Ishne, you look at who is now what is the spokesperson? Majority of spokesperson have left to Congress. Why? The intellectual warriors no more work for Congress. Is it BJP's fault? When they come out and say they are anti-Hindu, should you blame everybody? Sabhi ke sabhi anti-Hindu ho gaye. Radha Kheda bhi opportunist hai. Gaurav Vallabh bhi opportunist hai. Rohan Gupta bhi opportunist hai. These are people who were in Congress not for a year or two, 20 years, 30 years. If they come up with this, warrior class thinks it's no more possible to talk about Congress, then they should look internally and find where is the problem.
On that point, I agree with Ratanji. I think he's hit the nail on the head in Tehseen, because you know some of these people very well. They've been with you as colleagues, as friends. These are some of the most articulate people that the Congress had in its younger generation.
And lastly, Zakka, Pramod Kishan is not a useless person. He's a person, he's a spiritual religious leader. He was always frank. I've seen him debate. I've fought with him. When he says something, don't treat it as rubbish. Because just because he said I was in the meeting, it's not third person. But because everybody says so, people will start believing. No. If there is just Pramod Kishan, I can understand. There is a host of people. There is exodus from Congress.
No, so that is a point that Tehseen you need to answer. Rohan Gupta, Radhika Kheda, Gaurav Vallabh, all are leaving, and all are citing the same reason, that Congress, or there is a string within the Congress party, a clique within the Congress party, which is hell-bent on projecting itself as anti-Hindu. All of them said it when they left the party.
See, I don't want to talk anything bad about anyone who's left, because these are people I know. They're not colleagues of mine. I'm not a member of the Congress. These are people who would often come up to me, consult me. So,
you write manifesto.
Yes, I helped in that. I did, but so did several
When you
Indians.
write manifesto, part of Congress.
Several Indians did. No, I didn't.
Outside on contract.
If you're
You are not on contract, Tehseen. When you write manifesto, you are committed to that party.
Of course, I'm committed. I vote for them. I've never denied that. I come on this seat. Zaka knows that. I'm not one of those neutral people. I'm anti-BJP. I vote Congress. But I'm not a member of Congress. And several lakhs of people sent their emails to Rahul Gandhi and what they wanted in the manifesto. These were few of the points, including on the LGBTQ, which I put my points in, which incidentally was the judges. You said, why shouldn't it be from that community? So there's something that was spoken about, which is spoken out of context. But let me make the larger point. This isn't about me. These were friends of mine. These are friends of mine. They've come, consulted me. I don't want to speak badly about anyone. And Pramod Acharya, as I said, is somebody I've respected. He's always guided me. But look, these are people who've left today the Congress, and now they're coming up. Why can't they, while they were in the party, say that what was wrong with the party? I've said this several times. Nobody said anything to me when there were statements made against Sanatan Dharma. It's the most democratic party in the world. Try anyone.
You are not a member of Congress, Tehseen.
अरे यार आप मुझे बोलने ही नहीं दोगे. आप ही बोल दीजिए.
बात तो सुन लो ना,
आप बोल दीजिए. अरे तो आप
मेरी बात सुनिए ना. सिंपल बात बोल रहा हूँ. आपने कहा कांग्रेस के मेंबर नहीं है. मैं सिंपल सी बात कह रहा हूँ. आपने कहा मैं कांग्रेस का मेंबर नहीं हूँ, तो आपको कैसे निकालेगा?
अरे तो इन्होंने किसको प्राइवेटली ये बात की? प्रमोद जी ने जाकर किसको ये बात बताई? प्रमोद जी उस मीटिंग में थे ही नहीं. खुद ही कहते मीटिंग में थे. आप पार्टी saying Pramod ji was in this meeting. Let Pramod ji tell when this meeting happened, when Rahul Gandhi chaired this meeting, who was in this meeting. Let him tell it out. No such meeting took place. Now you come out post facto. If you are truly a member of the party, like I truly support the Congress, when it does something wrong, like on this show, I think the communications department is a disaster. I will tell it. If you love somebody, if you like something, you must be strong enough to stand for it.
No, but Tehseen, I want to separate. Let me separate 2 points. Give me 10 seconds, please. Let me separate 2 points.
Sure.
One is they were not getting opportunities, therefore they left, which is perfectly fine. I mean, I don't have a quibble with that. Everybody has ambition, and in politics you have ambition. Maybe their ambitions were not being quenched or realized in the Congress party. But that's not the only reason why they're leaving. All of these people, when they are leaving, are accusing a certain clique within the Congress party, saying that they are hell-bent on projecting this party as anti-Hindu. That is a bigger problem. Why is the Congress party not able to fix that?
But why don't they do that while they're in the party? Why don't they write official communications? Who's taking action against them? That's the problem. The problem is when they leave and they go to the BJP. I have no problem. These are friends of mine. I'm very happy to go to BJP. I wish them success. I wish they become MPs. But the fact is, if your loyalty is to an organization where you, and your words have served 20, 30 years, Zaka, I know you're loyal to CNN. If you find something wrong here, you will put it on record. Why don't they do that? How then do you trust that word? But let me make a larger point.
Okay.
I don't want to put anyone down. Let me make a more positive point. The fact of the matter is, the BJP has successfully diverted this election to the issues that were not true. There is no issue of Ghuspatia. There is no issue of Mangal Sutra. But when the Prime Minister, and unfortunately the tallest leader in our country, just makes up stories, it makes you feel terribly bad. I'm not saying the opposition isn't playing this game. When the Prime Minister is getting into who's eating fish, who's doing this is because the Prime Minister has nothing to show on development. Okay. Otherwise, the simple two questions is, if cash is being caught, why is demonetization not failed? If there is Ghuspetias, why is foreign policy not failed? If the Prime Minister should talk about Hindu, Muslim and caste, why is he giving caste?
Let Siddharth Yadav respond.
He has no answer for any of that.
Let Siddharth Yadav respond. Siddharth Yadav.
No, Zaka, first of all, Tehseen was saying that the people who have left are not his colleagues. Definitely not, because probably what he means to say is they are his subordinates, because anybody who's connected to the first family in Congress party has an upper edge. So I totally agree with him on that. But the point is, when Tehseen comes and says, Tehseen bhai, please. When Tehseen comes and says that our party is a very democratic party, and I'll also draw the attention back to the debate that we are doing today. When Tehseen says that we are a very democratic party, why is that all democratic setup targeted towards the Sanatan Dharma? Why can't you say the same statements for any other religious group? Why can't you say anything else for any other
If the same statement was made against Islam or Christianity, would anybody brook it? They wouldn't brook it. Yeah, I agree.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Zaka, Priyank Khadge can come out and say, Mallikarjun Khadge can say, anybody in the Congress party can say. Mallikarjun in this election is saying, in my name there is Shiv, so I can fight against the Ram. And Tehseen bhai is saying here that we are shifting the goalpost or we are changing the agenda. What is the compulsion for you to say all such things? I'll tell you the compulsion. The compulsion, Zaka, politicians are very smart and you should not undermine them. It is all about political messaging. हमारे देश में एक छोटी सी बात कहीं कही जाती है किसी को बहुत दूर तक समझाने के लिए. ये सब कुछ बहुत दूर तक समझाना चाहते हैं. There is a vote bank that they are trying to tap on. There is a vote bank that they want the votes from. That is why it's a compulsion on them that they have to come out and abuse Sanatan Dharma. And nobody in the Congress party will refute it, because this is their social engineering. It is a strategy. We are fighting the elections. We said 400 par because we said that we have done something to this country in 10 years which you couldn't do in 60 years. We said, हमने बोला हमने 10 साल में 15 एम्स बनाए, आपने 60 साल में एक बनाया. 6 एम्स अटल बिहारी वाजपेयी ने बनाए थे, हमने 10 साल में 15 एम्स बनाए. आप करिए ना उस पे बात. Who's forcing you to come out and say it's dengue malaria? हमने बात करी कि 4 करोड़ लोगों को हमने आवास दिया, 12 करोड़ लोगों को हमने इज्जत घर दिए, 10 करोड़ को हमने सिलेंडर दिए, हमने 5 मेट्रो सिटी से 20 बना दी. आप करिए बात. On one issue, you come and debate on that. But all your leaders are in line to just abuse the Sanatan Dharma, abuse the Ram Mandir, abuse the leaders who support such
this whole thing is caste politics. This whole thing is for political agenda, for vote bank politics. You are on the one hand saying, you are telling your people that whoever asks vote in the name of religion, don't vote for them, vote for development. But then why are you encouraging such elements who are, Siddharth Yadav says, alliance parties, the India Alliance is doing this because they have to send a signal to your vote bank.
Yeah, they may consider Muslims as their vote banks, but they are giving them a clarion call.
What is this?
Okay.
Who is this gentleman to give a message to anybody, to any voter in this country? I'll just take 5 seconds. Who is he to give a message? We are people, go to the Friday prayers. Who are you to take people to any place and then tell them who to vote for? If we are a democratic country, we must get past this. Who are you to tell anybody to vote for? The Muslims of this country will also decide on the merits that who has worked for them, who has said the Sabka Saath Sabka Vikas. But religious leaders, political groups, interest groups like this are the people who are actually playing on the fault lines and creating
Atikur Rahman respond. You are using the community as a vote bank. This is a herd mentality. Agar Musalman hai to then you have to be against the BJP.
So, Mr. Siddharth, I am not connected to any political party. I am not connected to any group. I am an individual in myself. What I am trying to convey to is the common people, the common Muslims in our areas, in our gathering, are just asking for people to vote not in the name of religion, not in the name of Islam. In particular, I never said don't vote to BJP. I said whoever Muslim
Sir,
leader.
what is vote jihad then? What is vote jihad? Please
Yes,
explain
I'm coming
this.
to that.
What is vote
I'm
jihad?
coming to that. I am coming to that. What we are telling our people is the Muslim leaders who seek votes in the name of Islam or Sharia or in the name of Babri Masjid or Ram Temple, don't vote for them. As far as the Sharia vote asking was concerned, Zakka, I explained on various platforms that that lady was asking for a large turnout. The name, the term jihad
No.
has been aligned by the media over the years.
सर
convenient,
वो
sir.
मतलब
Very convenient.
इतना भी इलिटरेट नहीं है हम सब लोग जो ये प्रोग्राम देख रहे हैं और जो पार्टिसिपेट कर रहे हैं. Everybody knows what she meant. नहीं, let's not try to justify the unjustifiable, please. Atikur साहब आपको भी पता है what the meaning of that term is. Let's not try to defend the indefensible.
You told me what is the meaning of jihad? It's an Arabic term.
सर आप क्या बात कर रहे हैं? Everybody knows जो मरिया आलम खान जो सलमान खुर्शीद के जो नीस हैं उन्होंने जो बोली है वोट जिहाद does not mean voter turnout boss. I mean इतना भी तो मतलब मूर्ख नहीं है जो लोग ये प्रोग्राम देख रहे हैं. But
what is the meaning of jihad?
No, evidently she wanted to make this religious point that Muslims should come and through their vote wage jihad against the BJP. That's the political point she wanted to make. Let's not kid ourselves. Let us not sugarcoat what she said. Right? Let's leave it at that. Let me ask Ratan Sharda. I want to get closing comments on this. That Ratan Sharda. One second. Ratan Sharda. The same can be said of the BJP also. ये घुसपैठियों की बात, ये मंगलसूत्र की बात, ये सब तो बीजेपी ने ही उठाया ना. BJP brought it into the campaign. Nobody from the opposition was making all these points before. Congress Party manifesto was released on the 5th of April. First statement about Guspetiya and Mangalsutra happened 15 days later on the 21st of April. So, kuch to matlab, I mean, there has to be some degree of, taking charge and responsibility that dekho, if you're vitiating the campaign, fair enough. It might be to turn up the base, it might be to, send a message to your core voter turnout is a concern, jo bhi hai. But at the end of the day, matlab, माहौल किसने खराब किया?
देखिए इकोनॉमिक सर्वे के बारे में राहुल गांधी इज वेरी क्लियर व्हाट ही मीन्स बाय इकोनॉमिक सर्वे. Modi ji put it in a simple language that villagers and normal people understand. So don't try to poke hole in that particular theory. Coming to Guspetiya, yes, who denies that Rohingyas come in large numbers? Where's BJP fault or Congress fault or Mamata Banerjee who gives open passport to them and threatens people that I will scrap CA, I will scrap NCR? Somebody has to speak up. So is it against Muslims? No, it is against the Guspetiyas. So they are there. Secondly, Atikur Rahman earlier made a very nice point that is educating voters. I was all for it. I didn't agree with Siddharth. But then he again goes back to vote jihad and all that. He's a minority of one in this community where there are videos where the Muslim leaders have clearly said, these people are to be voted for. There is a video on Twitter, sir, please go and see. And such meetings are taking place everywhere. आप अपने मोहल्ले की बात करते हैं, आप सारे महाराष्ट्र में जो चल रहा है उसका वीडियो जाके देखिए. आप ट्विटर के ऊपर पड़ा है जहाँ क्लियर लिखा है एमजीए के लोगों को आपको इसको आपको वोट देना है, ये उसकी निशानी है. निशानी के साथ देन तहसीन वांट्स टू मेक ब्राउनी पॉइंट्स अबाउट एलजीबीटी को डिक्रिमिनलाइज जिसने किया? बीजेपी ने. डिड कांग्रेस एवर फाइट इन सुप्रीम कोर्ट टू रिस्टोर द डिग्निटी ऑफ एलजीबीटी? नो. देन ही टॉक्स अबाउट judges because they are not from particular community. Women are the lowest representation in judiciary. It's almost embarrassing and shameful. Has Congress talked about it? Yes. Has any political party said we have to increase the number of judiciary women and have judges themselves talked about it? So there are too many things which are ignored. Let us not trivialize. Simple issue is BJP didn't create the religious fervor. It is opposition which has raked up Ram Mandir, which was a closed chapter.
Final word. I have to wrap up this debate and then we'll go to the second debate after this on the minority.
Ratan Sharda ji has not read the manifesto. It specifically speaks about women in judiciary, increase in women. But I get the larger point that you're saying. Some of the terms used by the opposition, and I completely agree with you, used by Mr. Khurshid Nice was disgusting. You cannot say that, and it shouldn't be said that. And words like, personally, I feel this, words like jihad and kafir, it's time, whichever new union government comes, like the word, like some of the words have been banned, these words need to be banned. We cannot have this in a civilized society.
All right.
We need to take a firm stand on it. I'm very clear on that.
I'll leave it at that. That's the first part of our debate, first part of the program here on Brass Tacks. I'm going to ask Tehseen Poonawala, Siddharth Yadav, and of course Atikur Rahman to stay on with us for the second part, where we're talking about the whole business of Muslim quotas. We're coming to you live. This is Brass Tacks on CNN News 18, live from the CNN News 18 in Federal Bank Primetime Studio.